Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Matt Capper. This is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. It's fusion time. It's summon rush time. We're going to be opening up some shards in a bit, but let's just go over the fusion and talk about what you need to do over the next little while. First off, right now, today, there are four events opening. There's going to be an arena takedown tomorrow, so that's a blank event. You don't need to save that. What I mean by saving that is typically dungeon divers, you want to be able to double down, and they tend to stagger it to try to mess with you. But right now, the champion training, if you're going into 12-3, I suggest going into 12-3 Brutal, not Nightmare, because you'll get more runs in to do the same thing, which means you'll get more artifacts, which means you'll get more dungeon divers points. They're not nearly the same points as running dungeons, but you'll find I ran Spider Tournament and completed it. And actually, I did double runs, I believe, so I'm probably way higher than completing it. And I still hadn't finished my Dungeon Divers, but 3,900 points, and I still hadn't maxed out my Dungeon Divers. So an easy way to max out your Dungeon Divers is going to Champion Training, 12-3 Brutal, get yourself those maximized points for getting the shields. And I don't know if they fixed it, but it used to be that if you did the auto battles from within the game and you did auto sell, it didn't count those points. I don't know if they fixed that. I remember that was a problem a long time ago. And with RSL Helper being down, given that there was just recently an update, many of you are probably going to be using your auto battles in game. So just make sure don't save them. Afterwards, you can just go and mass sell them. You just select all new and then select shield, and then you can auto select everything. That's something I added while I was away from the game and came back, and my god, that's a nice, it's a janky system, but it's still a nice system, right? So just to keep in mind, now's a good time to double down. You've got the champion training tournament. You got to get at least 6,800 points, though I will say, if you have a lot to train and that's not going to break the bank for you for resources, those are some pretty good, at least a 10,000, pretty nice ability. Look at these tryhards already, 10,000. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? But like I said, there's also the Summon Rush and the Dungeon Divers. This Dungeon Divers event here. I did finish it last night because I was trying to do some artifact runs to finish my Marius. I'm impatient. I don't want to wait till there's a Dragon or Fire Knight or Ice Golem. I just want to get it done now. The other thing I always recommend on the Summon Rush, because you know how many you need if you have the resources. A lot of people like waiting for the Champion Chase Tournament because they'll save legendaries and or epic previous fragment champions, because you can summon those fragment champions. That'll be happening on June 13th, I believe, is when that one starts. But if you don't have any of that stockpiled, usually I like saving those for CVC because they're simple and easy points in CVC. But if you're saving those for this, then you may not have to do the Summon Rush past perhaps the 3,500. But I like going for the 6,100 here because I know that's going to cost me 12 Sacreds, and that's going to give me either 1 Void or 5 Ancients or 100 Mystery Shards to finish that. Right? I know how many I need to open for this, and it's a set amount. Doesn't matter what I pull. Whereas sometimes those Champion Chase tournaments, you can get stymied, and then it ends up costing you more than you wanted. And when I get that epic, that allows you to skip 4 events, which is huge, because then you don't have to do the Champion Chase at all, and you can save those Champion Chase points from your fragment champions that you haven't summoned yet for a CVC that has personal rewards or one that your clan is trying out. You know your clan better than I do, so if that makes sense, do that. Whichever makes the most sense. But let's take a look at the whole calendar here for a second. And you see that the Dungeon Diver, Spider, Summon Rush, Champion Training Tournament are all going on here. There's going to be a Gear Enhancement and Classic Arena. Then there's an Ice Golem Tournament. Don't start that until the Dungeon Divers is alive. This Dungeon Divers does not have a second tournament with it, a second dungeon with it. So you're going to have to get Ice Golem Tournament to that. If you're trying to be frugal, just get to that rare and move on, because you don't need that many Ice Golem. You just don't. Though I will say, you do need Ice Golem now a little bit, because you need that for your Faction Wars hard. So it's a big circle of life there. By the way, I missed another 2 days in Faction Wars just with a busy schedule, so I'm glad I'm not making videos now, because I didn't feel bad and I'd be backlogged, etc. Okay. Now, make sure you don't go overboard on this gear enhancement event, because it costs you a ton of silver. There is another one on Wednesday, June 11th through Friday. And what I would say is you have the Dragon Tournament, which on that Sunday, it looks like you're good. I'm trying to see what this. It looks like Saturday to Sunday, you're gonna have one day of the Dragon Tournament. That's also the Dungeon Divers 3, and then you have a Fire Night at the end, which is also part of that Dungeon Divers 3. So you have some opportunities there to get that final Dungeon Divers event. There's a Classic Arena again. There's the Gear Enhancement 3 as well, which you can do at the very end once you have all whatever gear from the Dragon and the Fire Knight. And then you can skip 4 of these if you get that Epic in the Summon Rush, which is I'm going to do. I'm going to be skipping the Champion Chase Tournament because Amanda and I want to do a big pull session. She's going to be here. She's going to be here in July, but we're going to be in Alberta for a few days at the end of June. And then in July, probably the 4th or somewhere thereabouts, we're going to be doing a big opening session with both of our accounts, having a little fun, which means it's unfortunate I have to open up some shards now for this event. But I figure if there's a really good pack that happens, hey, Independence Day usually has a couple good value packs to pull or to buy, so I'll be able to replenish some of those shards for that, and then we'll be able to have a good little event there. But pretty straightforward, drawn out system. I don't think this is particularly difficult, other than if you don't have the resources, you don't have the resources. That's kind of the way these things play. But with all that said, let's get that out of the way, and let's take care of our world, which is, of course, opening some shards. Now, what do we want? I have Kimmy, I have Ugo, do I have Farrell? Well, I feel like I don't have Farrell. We better check that out. Not that it ever matters. Not that I ever get the. We don't. Ooh. Oh, what's the right answer here? One of the new ones or one of the? So this dude, Gracchos Turndrake. What does he do? He's Ferocious Ambition. If an ally has more than 50% HP and is under any buffs placed by this champion, that ally deals 10% more damage. If an ally has less than 50% HP and is attacked by an enemy under any debuffs placed with this champion, that ally receives 10 less damage. If there are multiple champions, okay, that's a lot. Places a block damage on a 3-turn cooldown. Oh, it's only 1 turn. He's Demetha. He's got a 3-turn cooldown on a 1-turn block damage. Interesting. So if nothing else, I could replace my Demetha, because that's the thing. Oh, there's only got 99. So, oh no, because Demetha also has the increase. What's the word I'm looking for? He has the extend buffs, so you can't even do that. It's a weaker version of Demetha. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit will ignore 25% defense against targets with less than 50% HP. First hit has a 75% chance, so 100% chance placing decreased defense. 2 turns. Second hit has 100% chance block buffs, debuff. For 2 turns, each hit will ignore 25% resistance against targets with less than. Okay, I mean, I don't. That's unless his multipliers on an HP damage are so amazing, which he's putting buffs and debuffs, so I'm guessing they aren't. I don't want no, don't want him. Don't want him. The other one I might need is Dune Herald Zarhus. He might be good. Ally speed in all battles by 20%. Started the round plays a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 3 turns. Okay. Whenever a debuff on an enemy is removed, expires, it has duration decreased. Fills his champion's turn meter by 5%. Okay. I like the intercept. Places 1 intercept stack on an ally. Places a block debuff buff and an increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Herald Speaks Forward attacking has a 100% chance of stealing all buffs from the target, 3-turn cooldown when booked. From a target enemy, then applies a buff spread, taking all buffs from this champion and placing them on all allies. Then places a block buffs debuff and a block active skills debuff on the target for 2 turns. That's a pretty saucy skill. Attacks 1 enemy has a 75% chance of stealing 15% of the target's turn meter. Also has a 75% chance of placing a debuff spread on an A1, taking 2 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. Well, he's pretty good. I think I'm going to go Feral, though, just because he's got this increased resistance, increased accuracy, increase their damage dealt, which is nice if they're under 4 or more buffs. I think I like that. He's got an increased resistance, a perfect veil on all allies except for him for 2 turns. This guy seems really good for Chimera as well, which, I mean, ignores 20% of the target's resistance on bosses. Yeah, it's decreased speed, 100% decreased speed on an A1 single target. Yeah, I think I want Feral. I think he's probably the best for my account. It doesn't it doesn't matter for that. So okay, we're gonna be opening up 12 of these. So we're gonna be at 9 sacreds when we're done. That kind of hurts my soul. But let's go. Let's find out what happens. Maybe we can open up some voids. What if I have a better chance with voids? Lady Annabelle, my wife's favorite champion. Quargon the Terrible. I don't like his conditional. It makes it very difficult to use him. And although there's more Veil now than there was when he first came out, so it's not as bad as it was. It was very janky to try to use that guy as a Veil champion when Hydra first came out. Lord Falconheart, he's wearing a weird eagle on his head, which seems like a really bad idea. Feels like that'd be really top heavy, really strong neck muscles. He's got a shield on a 2-turn cooldown. That's his big deal. Um, there isn't a rare that does the same thing, but it's a way to activate your Scarab boss. If you need to have it, you can just turn meter control. He can put that shield out for every 2 turns so you don't get the counter attack. Buren Geary, if you're looking for provokes, you're looking for stuns, this is your boy. Very good in Faction Wars. Hard for the first little while anyway. Notably, no gold yet. Anax is a great champion. He's got everything on his kit. He's got a decreased defense at a 35% chance hitting twice. He's got a decreased accuracy and poisons. Each hit has a 100% chance of placing a decreased accuracy and a 5% poison debuff for 3 turns, not 2. And then his A3 has a weaken, so he kind of brings everything to the table. He also places increased defense on this champion for 2 turns when they drop below 75, increased attack when the HP drops below 50, grants an extra turn when he drops below 10%. You got to watch that if you're using him in certain comps, unkillable comps, because he will take an extra turn. But in other man-eater comps, he might be able to actually deal with that. So we'll see. Anyway, still no gold because this is my account. Kellen's actually okay. He's got the decreased speed. He's got a weaken. He ignores shield buffs when attacking under perfect veil. He's okay. No, what's not okay is not getting any gold. That's not okay. Delver's old school. She's got a decreased defense on all enemies, but it's a 50% chance up to a 75% chance, which is like boo. But does have the weaken if they put the decreased defense. So basically, it can't be resisted. But who cares about it can't being resisted? That makes no sense because this can be resisted. So you still need accuracy on her. But here you gotta have I don't understand why they do that. I don't understand it. Why is that? Oh, let me ascend you so it can't be resisted. Even though I guess if you just build her with no accuracy at all and you have a decreased defense, you just bring her in for the weekend. But then you also have a heal reduction, and which is bad to land unless it's good. Bad on clan balance, good on other areas. I don't know. Really dislike Delver. Really dislike anything that has this conditional that's not on all debuffs. If you're gonna put debuff can't be resisted, it should be on all 3. Otherwise, it's like giving an extra chance to crit, but only on 1 skill. Farrakhan now. Farrakhan's one of my favorite champions. He's first of all, he's representing the fatties of the world. Well done, Farrakhan. And he's got an ally attack with an increased crit damage, increased crit rate, 4-turn cooldown. He's putting HP burns and poison. It's a great clan boss champion. Man, I'd use him on my free-to-play account. He also has deflects all incoming damage. This champion receives onto all allies. Not quite sure. Sometimes that's useful if you have him a little squishier. Gold, no gold. And every time I see the background early, I know it's Skinwalkers, and I know I'm going to be disappointed. Like that's just the way it goes, right? So is this is where at 11? We got one more to open. We're gonna get no gold here. No gold. That should be my last name. Mad Capper no gold. Yeah, so that was pretty terrible. Now that we've taken it on the chin. Double check here. I didn't open one too many. I'm at 6,000 as you can see. And we'll just open up the last. By the way, missions here. 2,000 energy in 1,500 energy in the Fire Knight got me 2 mythical artifacts. So learn my lesson. I'm just gonna have to slow play this or spend a lot of energy on this because, oh my god! And I want him. I'm halfway there on the final runs, and Jesus, it's just that and the stupid live arena battles. But that said, we got one more to open. One shot. I don't know what does this guy do. Oh, I feel like he's increased this in perfect veil. Is it on everyone? Okay. 2 turns. All buffs. He's a stripper. Puts a block puffs and a decreased speed on a 3-turn cooldown. Kills all allies by 5% of this champion's max HP. 75% turn meter with ally. I don't like it when he's only messing with 1 turn meter, but turn meter fill effects and allies under all of this are 30% more effective. Whenever sheep debuff is removed or expires on an ally, heals that ally with 25 of their max HP, plays a 30% increased speed on them for 1 turn. Which will then get them re-sheeped or something. I don't know. I mean, I already have Torments. I don't have Supreme Gallic, though. I don't know. I kind of like Supreme Gallic, but I don't know if I need them. But it's just it's one pull. We're not going to get a legendary 1 pull, so see what happens. And of course, it's a rare, and of course, it's a douchebag. There you go. Typical pull session for me. That's how I roll. But that's me. I'm 1 step closer to getting the fusion, and 1 step closer to hitting my pity. Which, if you hit pities in Sacred Charge, you know you're doing something terribly, terribly wrong. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Please be kind, be safe. We'll see you in the next video.